All right, well, most of the tech world had their eyes on California today, waiting on the big announcement from Apple. And Apple fans all over the world kind of felt like Christmas came a little bit early today. The company unveiled the iPhone 6 at $199 and the iPhone 6 Plus at $299. Pre-orders for the phone will begin this Friday, and it will be available in 9 countries, including the U.S., September 19th. Now, the phones will be thinner with curved edges and larger screens measuring about 4.7 inches. The Apple Watch, also unveiled today, will be available early next year for $349. The company also unveiled a new mobile payment platform, which one app developer says will bring speed and security to Apple users.
They would just take their phone out and tap it. The phone will automatically know your identity. You can put your thumb on the actual reader and it'll know who you are instantly. So again, all the payments will be secure.
All right, everyone, with these new products from Apple, just what you can expect when they hit store shelves. Well, Victor Agreda, our 6 tech expert, here now to kind of break it all down for us. First of all, were you pleased with what you heard today?
I was very happy with what I heard today. The mobile payments was something that we heard a little bit about, but we weren't sure about.
You know, a lot of people talking about how that could be incredibly convenient. Obviously, we almost always have our phones with us, but security, a major concern, especially after that recent iCloud breach that people are talking about. Should we be concerned about that, putting all of our data there right on our phone?
We should be about as concerned as we would be with any credit card breach, right? So a lot of this information will actually still reside with your credit card company. So really what this is doing is just sort of pushing it to the edge, and it's not much different than carrying your credit card around.
Will you do it?
I will, absolutely.
I would say you're among quite a few out there. You know, let's talk about the iPhone 6 Plus, because we didn't mention, but the iPhone 6 Plus actually has a screen. Is it 5.5 inches?
5.5 inches.
Some people are saying that's almost, you know, tablet territory there. What do you think? Is that too big to really be a phone?
I keep telling people it's sort of like an iPad mini, right? and it's a bit small, but yeah. So it is a very, very large screen. It's hard to hold in your hand, but Apple does have a solution. If you double tap the home screen, it will go into what's called single-handed mode and shrink everything down so everything can be reached while holding it with one hand.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Do you think this has enough features to compete with Samsung?
I think it does. The mobile payments platform using NFC and the partnering that they're doing with so many retailers, that's a huge advantage because nothing that Samsung's been able to do has been able to do that.
And what about the watch? The first thing I heard when I walked into the newsroom this afternoon is people were saying they thought the watch was actually kind of ugly, but tech-wise, it seems to have a lot of features. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's going to be, it's priced as a luxury item, right? $350 is a pretty big spend for people who don't wear watches anymore, but it's a fitness tracker, it's a messaging platform, it's so many other things, and third-party apps will be available. So I think that once you start to see apps on this, it will become something that people are really going to want.
It's going to be interesting, and they had that one face that they were showing that even had like Mickey Mouse on it, I believe, as well.
He taps his foot to the seconds.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the prices. They seem to be a little bit more consumer-friendly than maybe when we see prices, you know, on the big reveal day.
Right.
What are we talking here? Do you think this is an edge for iPhone right now to come out with these more competitive prices off the top?
I think so. You know, the 5C will now be free on contract. The 5S goes down to $100 on contract. So anyone who wanted to get into the Apple ecosystem, again, they make it cheaper and cheaper every year, and you've got the latest and greatest phones from last year that get cheaper. So I think they're in a good position.
Yeah, and I think that I also saw earlier today, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's a lot of other little features. We can't get into everything, but I think they said on the new phones also you can actually check and see when you're eligible for upgrades right from your phone.
That's right. Yep.
More convenience factors.
Yep. There's a number that you can text, and you can talk to your carrier, call your carrier, and say, hey, can I get an upgrade right now?
A lot of people want to know that right on the spot.
That's right.
All right, Victor, there's so much we could talk about. We do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming in.
Sure thing.